Greetings, Light Tribe. Janine Palmer here, Spirit Silver Moon. To do a little video today. It's a follow-up on the one I did yesterday about how animals are similar to us as far as beings feeling things. And so, speaking of which, I've got my little helper right here, purring away. So, I told you the story about the little horse and what happened with her. And that she wasn't even a year old, and she was a twin and had lost her brother. And then I don't know how long ago her mom colicked and died. And I was saying how she was kind of standoffish. The first couple of days I was out there, she just, some horses will come up to you, or if you hold your hand out to them, they'll eventually come up and they're curious and interested, and they'll engage, and she would not. And so I was telling the story about how we see a behavior and we don't know what might be behind it. Mostly with people, but with animals too. And but a curious thing happened. So yesterday I did the video about the horse. And today when I went back to the ranch to work, her energy was much different. And she was very curious and interested and friendly, and she came up to me and she let me pet her. And so I'm not saying this is or isn't anything. This is for everyone or anyone to determine what it might mean to them on whatever level. So some people say there's no coincidences. Like if we put something out there, on some level it's felt and known, but we don't know it's felt and known. Some people have a story that wants or needs to be heard. Now, some people know the story of this little horse, and people have feelings about that. But if you put out a positive message or a positive energy, an energy that you care, or I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but that I told a story for awareness, right? To be aware that we don't always know why things are the way they appear to be. There's something behind it. And when we know that, we can have more compassion or understanding or patience for it. And I just thought it was strange that I did that little video, and then when I went back the next day, which was today, she was like a different horse. I don't know. She came up to me. She was friendly. Is it connected? I don't know. But this video then is about what we put out there as far as energy, as far as thoughts, as far as compassion, like that we care. We can send positive thoughts, we can send prayers, we can send love. And I do Reiki, and so I give the horse a little bit of Reiki today, if it's wanted or needed, there it is. Okay, so what we're putting out there is affecting things. We're all connected, right? So just if you're doing things for a good purpose, do you notice a difference? If you're doing things that aren't such a good purpose, how does it serve you? And I also want to talk about how when people do need to be heard, like stories need to be told, and some people need to be heard. Some people feel like they're not heard. Like maybe what they have to say doesn't matter, or how they feel doesn't matter. And it's good to tell the stories. And pretty soon you know that when you tell the story and it doesn't hurt so much, you're over it or getting over it pretty well. So, but we are not our stories, and we don't need to cling to our stories and just hold on to them and drag them around. But we can take the wisdom and the knowledge, okay, that we learned from that story and integrate it into the next part of our lives, and not have to be tied down or weighed down by that story. It's like, how are we going to move forward? So if we have had a loss of something, or we have had an unpleasant situation, how are we now going to move forward by our choice, with our knowledge, with our wisdom? What are we going to create now? What are we going to accept in now? So things might come to us to fill that space that are better for us than what was there before. And I guess that's it for this video. Is when you put something out there for a good reason and you notice a change, is it a coincidence? Don't know. Peace.